Undefeated, two-time super middleweight world champion David El Monstruo Benavidez will defend his interim WBC super middleweight title against unbeaten two-division world champion Demetrius "Boo Boo" Andrade, headlining a Showtime PPV from Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Fight fans have requested that Canelo Alvarez face both David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade for years. On November 25th, the pair will fight each other for the right to take on the Mexican superstar next year. Stay with us and make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we are going to look into the upcoming fight between David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. Anthony David Benavidez has a professional boxing record of 27 wins and 0 losses, with 23 knockouts. He is coming off a unanimous decision victory over Caleb Plant in March. He claimed the interim WBC title in May 2022 with a third-round TKO of David Lemieux.
Without a doubt. Left hook, down goes! Oh, he's almost down! Benavidez is going to close the show! Back comes Lemieux, a right, and down! The corner's coming up, and this one is over!
The 26-year-old is one of the rising young stars of the sport and could be on track for a showdown against undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez if he gets past Andrade. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman recently said Benavidez has been tabbed as the mandatory challenger for Alvarez at 168 pounds. Alvarez successfully defended his title against undisputed light middleweight champion Jermell Charlo in his last fight, so it is going to be just a matter of time before Benavidez gets past this hurdle. Demetrius "Scissor" Andrade, who is also having an undefeated record of 32 wins, 0 losses, with 19 knockouts, is a former two-weight world champion who held the WBO middleweight title as recently as 2022. He vacated the title last August over his refusal to defend it against Janibek Alimkhanuly. He was set for an interim super middleweight title fight against Zach Parker that would have put him in line to face Alvarez, but he pulled out of that fight as well. Andrade ended 14 months inactivity when he faced Demon Nicholson in a 10-round fight in January. Andrade won the contest by unanimous decision. Now, the 35-year-old has the opportunity to put himself one step closer to facing Alvarez if he can get past Benavidez. The stats suggest Benavidez has a large advantage in power over Andrade, boosting at 85% knockout percentage over Andrade's 59%. Also, he is the younger man by 9 years, at 26 years old. Benavidez has a 2-inch reach advantage and fights out of the orthodox stance, while Demetrius Andrade is a southpaw. On the other hand, Benavidez is the less experienced professional fighter, having had 5 fewer fights, and made his debut in 2013, 4 years and 9 months later than Andrade, whose first professional fight was in 2008. He has fought 70 less professional rounds, 130 to Andrade's 200. David Benavidez goes into the fight ranked number 1 by the Ring at super middleweight, and Andrade is currently ranked number 1 by the WBA, number 5 by the WBC, and number 2 by the WBO in the 168-pound division. Benavidez's last 5 fights have come over a period of 3 years, 3 months, and 10 days, meaning he has been fighting on average every 7 months and 27 days. In those fights, he fought a total of 43 rounds, meaning that they have lasted 8.6 rounds on average. Andrade's last 5 fights have come over a period of 4 years, 4 months, and 27 days, meaning he has been fighting on average every 10 months and 18 days. In those fights, he fought a total of 45 rounds, meaning that they have lasted 9 rounds on average. We've seen that Benavidez can beat B and C level opposition, but he's never fought an elite level guy during his career like Andrade. Is Benavidez another example of a fighter who has been maneuvered by his slick promoters to make him look better than he actually is? It's quite possible. What do you think? Let us know in the comments section. Benavidez is the oddsmaker's favorite to win due to his tremendous size and youth advantage over the 35-year-old Andrade, who started his career in the 154 division. Still, Andrade has an excellent chance of defeating Benavidez because he's been at 168 too long. Andrade and his team likely spotted some weaknesses in Benavidez from his last fight against Plant. Some are loss of power due to weight loss, wide open defense, slow foot speed, pouring jab, etc. Andrade like a coyote surveying a field of lambs, and he spotted one that is showing weakness that he can pick off from the herd. Demetrius knows what he sees in Benavidez, and he's ready to sprint after him and rip him to pieces on November 25th. This is definitely the biggest fight of my career. I give Demetrius a lot of props. He's a great fighter, and a lot of people have been ducking him for a long time. Nobody wanted to give him the opportunity, but now we come together and have the opportunity to make a great fight happen. These are the fights I want. I want to make my own lane and face the best, said Benavidez. When talking about the fight, Andrade said, "This is a great opportunity for myself and for David Benavidez to put on a show. I'm excited. This is a great matchup, and David is giving me an opportunity to become a 3-division world champion. I'm looking forward to it. We're ready to rumble. There's nothing about this guy that you can criticize. Therefore, we have ourselves a great fight. Our styles are going to clash really well, and I think we're going to put on a show. May the best man win." Fans will get a chance to see if Benavidez is the next guy to take over the 168-pound division or just a weight bully who has taken advantage of his smaller, less talented opposition. We've seen that he is good enough to beat fighters like Plant, David Lemieux, Kieron Davis, and Ronald Ellis. Those are the guys on whom Benavidez has built his glittering 27-0 record. But this time, he has got himself to a higher level. Andrade is a much higher level fighter. What do you think of this fight? Who will emerge victorious? Tell us in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see boxing news and highlights. Until next time, goodbye.